Netanyahu may actually be dead, or they've at least been using AI videos of him, it appears. This is allegedly. You probably heard these rumors going around. We're going to look at it. I've got everything pulled up in relation to it, and not just these last two, like I mentioned in one of my recent videos. There has been a lot more videos that have been coming out from Israel where it looks like they've been using AI with Netanyahu. I think these last few ones are definitely the most convincing to me. So we'll get into all this here. So the rumors have been going around, as it says here, all over the internet, circulating that Benjamin Netanyahu is currently in a coma in the Sheba Medical Center in Ramat Gan, Israel. A fully covered patient was seen being admitted 2 days ago with an unusual amount of security. So again, this is all allegedly. This is just, but this is the rumor going around, so let's look into it. So we'll look at these first few ones that just happened, and these ones aren't that convincing to me. The first one being this, the whole mouth thing. I don't know. They just zoom in on his mouth, and they just say it looks like it changed shapes or his teeth changed. I mean, I don't know. I don't really see it. Whoever filmed this video, I don't know why they do this sometimes. This was the recent video from Israel. I think this was even the one that he said, what he said really recently that got everybody up in arms about what he just said about Jesus Christ and Genghis Khan. So it's weird that at the same time that's making everybody mad, and then at the other side of the coin is like all these theories coming out that he's just dead and these are AI. Anyway, I don't know why some of these nations like Israel or like companies like CNN and MSNBC, they have like hundreds of millions of dollars of budget, and they have like the worst cameras ever, like not even as good as the quality as like the phone in people's pockets. So I don't know what's going on with that. The quality of this whole video is terrible. I tried to find the original one, and even the full ones uploaded are terrible quality. So this is not enough information for me to see, for me to believe what's going on here. Just the quality is bad. And of course, there's also shadows and lighting things that we have to understand too, which I believe is what's going on here. Here's a freeze frame of the one that just came out just the other day of the 6 hands thing that everybody was saying. And it does look like, when you see this, like this looks like a pinky. So it does look like 6 fingers, and AI always gets the hands wrong, but AI gets a lot of other things wrong, which is like, again, the most convincing ones in my opinion is what we'll look at here at the end. These are the ones that just came out the other day. I think this is a lighting issue with, again, I mean, it's such pixelated, like maybe even below 720 quality. I don't know what they're doing with that. All right, so now we'll just get into some of the new theories, the new videos that have come out in relation to this. This one was posted online. Again, I mean, this could be anything. This could just be AI. This is saying that this person says, not sure if it's accurate, but Al Jazeera television aired footage claiming it showed the moment Netanyahu and those with him were struck by an Iranian rocket. I'll just say, I don't think Netanyahu is dead. I don't think that, even if he is, whatever's happening in Israel and whatever's happening in the world is going to continue to unfold in the plan that God has laid out since the foundation of the world and before that even. So it really, in the grand scheme of things, doesn't even really matter at the end of the day. Jesus Christ is still Lord. He's the only way to the Father, and that's really what matters. But it is interesting to understand, like, why are they putting out AI videos, which I believe is, again, the ones that we'll get to in just a minute. I just want to cover these ones that are like going around that personally I'm not buying. So this was the other one I saw people coming out and saying, and you know, when you start to get into this conspiracy stuff, it starts to just get into, even though there are real conspiracies, of course, and we've known of all of them all the time through the years that we've seen how many different government conspiracies have been involved in different things around the world. But then you just start to get to these things where it's like, you're just looking at it and you're like, I just don't see it. Like this saying that the head behind him is moving independently from his, it looks normal to me. So I don't know what's going on there. So here's one of the ones that came out recently. So Netanyahu posted this after this whole rumor was going around that he is dead. So he posted this video where he went to this coffee shop and then this like overlook area looking into the mountains, I'm sure somewhere around Israel. And he posted this on his social media to show people that he isn't dead. And he even shows his, you know, his fingers here to try to show people that he is not AI, that he's not dead. Again, I think they at least are using AI, which is kind of what I was getting to when I was saying, I don't think Netanyahu's dead. But again, this last video looks like for sure AI. This one's a little weird too. So here he is, you know, I don't speak Hebrew, so he's showing his hand, showing he's got 5 fingers. There's nothing weird with his hands. We'll watch a video about his ring disappearing in just a moment. But the one that people were pointing out here is it looks like, you know, when he grabs this cup of coffee, it's like overflowing and it doesn't spill. Then the person who posted this says he takes such a big gulp. I mean, it doesn't look like that big of a gulp, but I mean, yeah, it doesn't really go down. I guess you do see it on his lip. But the weirdest part about it, and we'll watch another angle of it, is like he grabs this coffee. It's so huge and overflowing, and it looks like it's spilling, but then it's not. You know, at the same time, I really try to look at all this conspiracy stuff because I want the truth. I don't want just what's entertaining, because it's entertaining to think that maybe Netanyahu's dead and the Israeli government is putting out AI videos of him. That's entertaining. And, you know, if you're a conspiracy person, you're like, you've learned something new. So it's like kind of cool. But for me personally, I still want what exactly is the truth of the matter of the whole thing. And for me now looking here, it looks like when you see that reflection of the light, because when it goes from there to here, it looks a little bit different. Kind of like it goes from, it looks like overflowing to like just to the brim. I don't know. We'll watch another angle of it here. Him in the coffee shop. Someone came out and said, I couldn't verify. They said on the screen, it said something about 2024. I couldn't find more information to verify that, so I couldn't tell you that for sure, but people were saying that. So here we go. Here we see the cup again. Looks like it's overflowing. It's on the verge, in my opinion. It's on the verge, because it really is starting to look like the whole AI, how AI does, when it's like a cup is like overflowing and spilling, but doesn't spill. The weird, I mean, AI just has a look, especially if you mess around with it a lot, which I have done, making videos with AI. You start to notice it. Everything else here looks really good, but some of the AIs are insane. And I bet you, just like every other thing that the government does, if they have given the public a certain thing, they have a way more advanced version. Just like, you know, they really, like, you find out, oh, wow, that's a really amazing plane. Like, you know, they're using this type of stealth technology. And then it finds out, oh, yeah, they made that 20 years ago. Same thing. Same exact thing with the AI. So for sure, like Google VO3 and Sora 2, which actually Sora 2 sucks in compared to Sora 1 even. Sora 2 is just like the worst quality ever. I mean, that's like the best that we're producing right now, pretty much. And it's like, the reason probably why they've given, I mean, you know, they've given the peasants, they've given us, the little AIs, to mess around with. For sure, the deep fakes and the government stuff, they have a massive AI where they could do insane stuff. So, I mean, Google VO3 has gotten to this. Sora sometimes would produce videos that look pretty good, like this in this moment, where he could just sit and talk, and it's not super noticeable. But there are certain keys that you start to notice, just like the hands, which people said AI had a really hard time, and still kind of does sometimes with the hands. The eyes are another thing too. The Bible says the eyes are the window to the soul, which is probably, like, personally, one of the first things I notice when it's an AI video is the eyes. There's something weird with the eyes. So there are things that you can kind of hint at and see. And this one, at least with the coffee cup looking like it's spilling, is getting on the verge of it. This is just a show. Of course, this is not real, but just how, you know, advanced AI has gotten to this point. I mean, you think that looks like the same exact video, right? For 1 second, then it's like, but you look even there in this moment. Watch his eyes when it replays here. You can see the eyes. The eyes, they blank out. They do this blinking thing. They have this kind of death stare, kind of looking out in the distance, shocked, kind of like surprised look. It doesn't look the same. It doesn't look human. You can tell it looks weird. So just to give out a little hints for some of that. And here's where we start to get into the things that, in my opinion, are interesting, because these are things that do happen when you're making AI videos, and the AI just does this stuff because it's just not perfect. At least the ones that we have, obviously not perfect, but it's not insanely good. And they make little mistakes and little tiny things here. So here's the one that people are saying. Netanyahu's ring. Take a look at it. There on his hand. I'll make this bigger. And then there, it's gone for a moment. And And then when it's back on the table or back up in the air, you can see it's reflecting there again. So here we go. Ring, no ring when it moves. And then back on the chair, back in the air, you can see a little glimpse of it. There he's got the ring on. Now I did watch part of this video, which he posted to his page. And, you know, we're not at the point with the AIs that at least we have again, where you can do like a 20-minute continuous scene and like things just aren't glitching out of proportion. The ones that at least with the AIs that they kind of give the people or whatever, you know, where we're at publicly with it and not in the private sector or the military sector, they don't do that. They do well for a moment. And then like one of the people will just like jump off into space or like a bird will just fly out of nowhere. It's at least again, the ones that we have are not that good. I do want to say again, because again, for me, what matters is the truth and not necessarily what's an interesting theory. Like here, it does look like there is no ring, but maybe what's going on is like the reflection in that angle. Because you can see the reflection, then it goes from reflection to like none. And again, these cameras are not, I don't know. This is again why I'm saying these are the ones that are the most interesting to me, because it does look like no ring for a moment. Is it just the shadow or is it completely disappeared? I don't know. This one is odd. You can definitely see the ring, and then you can almost see the moment it disappears. Is that just because of a bad quality camera and the angle of the sun hitting the ring? Or is it AI? I'd say it's a 50-50 possibility here. Now this last one, I don't know what's happening here. This looks like AI 100%. This is the exact thing that I was describing a moment ago when I was saying, you know, when you do the AI and you have the people for the moment or whatever, you try to extend it and then out of nowhere a bird comes or a person flies off into the sky or something. This is exactly what we see happen here. I'll make this video bigger in a moment. So watch Netanyahu's sleeve. It just grows down and drops. Like he puts his hand there and then it just like morphs into a larger sleeve. And this was actually during the speech for sure that he just gave that made everybody mad about his Jesus Christ Genghis Khan quote. Take a look at this. That's the AI that it does. It does that weird morphing thing where it just brings something out of nowhere into frame and just like drops it in like that. I don't know if somebody uploaded this video to AI and did that and had created this in an AI generator themselves and then uploaded it and then said it was, you know, the one that they released. I think the best thing to do to find out for the absolute truth here. I mean, it's got the DWS here thing in the corner. So I was going to try to move this. You can see, move this over here. You can see this DWS thing here in a moment. I guess that's, I don't know, the company or whatever, the website that, sorry, that uploaded this DWS. I'm just, the reason I'm bringing that up is because the best way to probably know for 100% sure would be good to go and see if the Israeli government or whatever were the ones who uploaded this exact video. Because it was posted here too. I wonder if this has the DWS. I guess it doesn't matter if it does. That could be somebody's page or whatever. This is a much worse quality, but you can still see it. Sorry, I'm trying to move this thing here. Just jumping down. I mean, that's not even bad quality camera. Like that's not a 720 video where the sleeve just grows out and then just drops down like that. That's what happens when AI is involved. And I think this is the legit video. So I don't know. What'd they do? Why are they doing that? Does that mean that Netanyahu's dead? Not necessarily. But why are they using AI? It's weird. You know, it's getting to the point, at least with where we are in so many different aspects of society and government and stuff. We've got body doubles. We've got actors. We've got clones. Now we've got deep fakes in AI. It's like, how do you even know what's even real anymore? It's crazy. And I guess, again, at the end of the day, does it really matter if they're using AI videos of Netanyahu? Does it even really matter if Netanyahu's dead and they're just, trying to use him to do whatever until they put the new person in? Things are going to unfold however the Lord Jesus Christ and God planned them to unfold. But it's interesting. And so, as we ended off this video on that one for sure. That's AI. I don't know if somebody uploaded it AI and they're just claiming that was the original upload, but that's weird. So again, the most important thing, guys, follow the Lord Jesus Christ. Read the Bible, live for him, live for his ways. We need to love our enemies, do good to them who hate us, spread the gospel, the truth of Jesus Christ. It's the saving power, the power of God to salvation to everyone who believes. And let's just do that no matter what's going on in the world with this and that and that. And just pray for discernment and pray for God's guidance, as there is just so many weird things happening in the world right now. God bless.